Yo, I'm gonna be honest, Jesus is not that great of a teacher. I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's mainly because of verses that go against each other. Like, on one hand, he says, give to everyone who asks of you. And on the other, he says, hey, maybe you shouldn't cast your pearls before those swine and give what is holy to those dogs. Well, gee, I'm befuddled here. This is the same guy who says, I give you peace. But not on earth, because I bring not peace, but a sword, huh? A fucking katana to divide the world, with fire also. So look, man, does it make sense to, be this kind of sheepish, afraid motherfucker? Maybe, sometimes. Maybe it sometimes also makes sense to be the crusader, the classic crusader. The same guy who says, it just doesn't make sense. It's the same God who tells prophets to burn down cities. Is the same one who says to Peter, put your fucking sword away, sonny. Now you tell me how any of this makes sense. And the answer is, it does not. But you can. It just depends on how you interpret it. It's the only way that anything makes sense is by saying, hey, I've thought all of this shit at one point. I probably wrote this shit all at one point, but I just don't remember it. And if I don't remember it, then it only becomes a matter of remembering the shit that I wrote. And Satan, the seatbelt monitor, is trying to stop me here from actually making a cogent point, which is that the world is always going to try to deceive you into believing that your desired reality is not a concrete fact. On some level, even if you have it like at, 98%, it's that extra 2% that's just going to drive you up the wall for a little while. If you have the house, but you don't have the spouse. If you have the mouse, but you don't have the blouse. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, whatever you value, there's going to be something else. Whatever you have, but you just think, oh, well, I worked my ass off for this fucking legacy, stardom, this relationship, whatever. And then there's always something else that you want. They're just like, you got to play the game, bro, to get this. And like, look, man, it's not the facts. That's not the facts. You already have it because you already are it. Either that or you're nothing, which is wise in the eyes of fucking wise assholes. But who's wise, So wisdom to me has always come down to decision making. Like, you fuck prostitutes enough times, you're just like, well, I guess I can't have solid relationships anymore if I'm to believe that this is who I am, which I don't, because my relationships with my wife and my family are actually the most solid relationships of all time. But like, say that for some reason the devil decides to show me that that's not the case for the rest of my human existence. I'm like, well, that's fine, bro. But look, I still got Jake Jones Comedy. I still got me. I still got my word over yours. I got the word of God and the will of God over yours. So I don't give a fuck if my cunt family doesn't like me, or show business people don't want to hire me or book me or whatever. It's not the case. It's just not reality. At that point, you're playing into a persecution fantasy and a vengeance fantasy. And so it's just not real. So you got to decide what's real for you and just stick to it. And that's your energy, bro. So enjoy that and just relish in it and revel in it and understand that this is how the game goes. Jake Jones Comedy.